Hello kids! Today we're going to be learning about a song called My Bonnie Lies Over the Ocean. And I'm so excited to show you all the things that this song has to offer. And don't forget, my trusty assistant Skittles. Today, we will identify and apply understanding of music symbols in today's song. And there are a few new ones. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to explain what is an anacrusis. Pretty cool stuff. And the essential question is, what new music symbols are in today's song? So, what are some new things that we see in our song? I hope that you took a moment when this screen was up, just a second ago, to take a moment and look at what you saw that could have been different, that you've never maybe seen before in music. So, let me circle it for you. Ha! Have we seen 3/4? Well, maybe you have, but not with me in my class. So we'll review that today. Huh, there's only one note here. I wonder why there's only one beat when it clearly says 3 beats per measure. So we'll look at that as well. And what is this dot on this note? I mean, what is it? And last but not least, why is this one underlined? We're gonna find out. So we have 2 notes on our chart and 1 rest on our chart that we're going to look at today. We're going to look at the half note. It's empty in the middle and it gets 2 beats. We're also going to look at the quarter note. It is filled in the middle. And we're going to look at its partner rest. This squiggly line, yep, it's a rest and it's only 1 beat. So let's look at note values. So remember the pizza analogy? I love pizza. What can I say? So I like to think about having a whole pizza is the same as having 1 whole beat. So if we have this note, it's representing 1 whole pizza. You don't have to share any slices. So we're going to clap once per note. You guys remember that, right? That's 1 quarter note. A rest makes no sound, okay? It means we have the pizza dish, but no pizza. There's no pizza on it, which kind of is not very cool. But it's the same amount of time, only it's quiet. So I kind of imagine it this way. The quarter note is a pizza. The quarter rest is the pizza pan. No more pizza. Okay, so we already know that our quarter note is 1 pizza. But how many pizzas is our half note? You've got it. It's 2 beats, so that means we need 2 pizzas to fulfill this note. So remember that dot that we saw on that note? Well, what does that pesky dot even mean? Okay, well, let's find out. We have the dot, and it adds half of the note value to the note. So it looks like this, and we put it behind the note. And I'll show you, we have just a regular half note. We add the dot to it, and then we get this note. So what does that mean for how many pizzas do we give that note? Well, we already know that the half note is 2 beats long. And we add half of 2. So what, if we have 2 pizzas, we take one away, we have 1 pizza left. So that note takes half of it and adds it to this note. So we have 2 plus 1 equals 3. So this note is going to be 3 whole beats. That means this note gets 3 whole pizzas. So let's go from the bottom and clap our notes. So first we have the quarter note, which 1 pizza, so it's just 1 clap, that's it. We have the half note, which is 2 pizzas, so it's going to be clap, hold. Or if we counted it, it would be 1, 2. And then we have the half note with the dot, and that's 3 pizzas, so we're gonna have to go clap, hold, hold. Or we can say 1, 2, 3. So let's try all of those together, starting from the bottom. So 1 quarter note, 1. Try it again, 1, that's it. Half note, let's try that twice. Clap, hold. When we count it, it's gonna sound like this, 1, 2. Our dotted half note, clap, hold, hold, and that's gonna sound like 1, 2, 3. So we'll get to do that more in the lesson. So our next point of business is, what does this line mean? Like, we already know only a certain number of beats can be in each measure. What could this line possibly do, and why does it cross the bar line? In both cases here, we see it crossing that bar line. Well, a tie holds the note length over the bar line. So what does that look like in math terms? So this is a half note. It's 2 beats long. This is also a half note. It's also 2 beats long. So 2 plus 2 is, you guessed it, 4. How about this one? How many beats does a half note get? 2. What does that dot give to the note? It adds 1. So let's see. So we have 3 total beats for our dotted half note, plus another 3 total beats for another dotted half note. So we know 3 plus 3 is 6. Great job, kids. So what does this time signature mean? I mean, Skittles is very confused. So we have the 3 and we have the 4. Numerator, denominator, might be kind of floating around in your mind. Well, we have those things, but in music it means just a little bit different. The top number means how many beats there are per measure. So that's a bar line, blah, 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 and another bar line. The bottom number means the 4, it represents the quarter note. So in this case, we can just put that here in our minds, and we know that 3 quarter notes per measure are what this song will have in each of its measures. So if 3 over 4 equals that quarter note, so that means there's 3 quarter notes in each measure, how did this happen? I mean, here we have a measure, but we have only 1 beat. And at the very end of the song, we know it's the end because we have the repeat sign here. We have 1, 2 beats. What happened? It's called Anacrusis. Can you say Anacrusis with me? Anacrusis, okay? And this is not a place. When a song breaks a measure apart into two pieces at the very beginning and the very end. So those two pieces combined make 3 beats total between them. So we have 1, 2, 3. We don't have the third beat here, so the composer decided he's going to break the measure and put the third beat as the note here. And it happens a lot in music. Now maybe you'll be able to recognize it when we have it the next song, okay? Last week I introduced 2 ways to talk about pitch, and if you haven't watched last week's video, I highly recommend that you do so that you can get caught up on some of the things I'm talking about today. There are 2 ways. So we have letters on a staff, and then we have the solfege major scale. So these are letter names, and you'll use those in band and orchestra, and then in the future mariachi and other musical activities. And the solfege major scale helps us understand pitch relationship. So we know that do is next to re, and then we would know do, so is a fifth, and how that works together. I'm not going to get into that too much today because our song is a bit too complicated for us to use this today, but I will get into it next week. Just like I mentioned, the solfege major scale helps us understand step-to-step relationship between 2 pitches, or step to leap. And we're going to get into that later, but I just want to review what a solfege scale is and what it maybe sounds like. So we get our first note typically, and you can try it with me if you like. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Do, ti, la, so, fa, mi, re, do. So, so, mi, re, do, la, so, mi, so, mi, re, do. And there you have it. Like I mentioned before, this is important if we want to play an instrument. Okay, so we have to have these memorized. Where we take part of our song, not all of it, don't worry, and we plug in some of these notes. And all it is a matching activity. If you think of it like that, you won't get so like, freaked out. So we have D. I filled this one in because that's not on your key, and we'll talk about that later, don't worry. So we have 1, 2, 3 lines up. We can count 1, 2, 3 lines up, we have B. So we put B here. And then we have a space below it, so we can either count a space below it, or we can just count the space, go 1, 2. The second space is A, so we would write A here. And that's how we do this activity. So I am gonna ask Mr. Gudetama if he thinks you guys are gonna get all of them right on the first go. Mr. Gudetama, do you think they'll get them all right? And he's gonna say, arg, definitely. And there you have it. So what I'm gonna take you through now is just a quick review of what we've introduced last week, plus a few new things that we've introduced today, okay? So first things first, we have the treble clef. We have 3 treble clefs on this board. In your song, I think you have a total of 5. So the treble clef always goes at the beginning of each measure, or each bar line. Our next one is our time signature. So So we already know the 3 means that there are 3 beats in each measure. So we have a quarter note, quarter note, quarter note. That's 1, 2, 3. And then let's look at the next one. 3 again. 1, 2, and 3. And this bottom number, I wonder what that represents. Who gets the beat, right? Who gets the beat in here? Well, our trusty quarter note. So our next point is anacrusis. And anacrusis means when the composer has broken the measure in 2 pieces and puts one part at the beginning, one part at the very end. We don't have the whole song on the board right now, so we can just highlight this very beginning part as our anacrusis. Bar line. We got a bunch of bar lines. So I've highlighted all of them just so you understand that all of these are considered bar lines. At the end, but also right here. I didn't highlight those, but we also consider these bar lines as well. Lyrics. Lyrics are, can you remember from last week? Right, the words to our song. Measure. Well, that's all the stuff between 2 bar lines. So here we have a measure, here we have a measure, here we have a measure, and here we have a measure. Tie. That's that line that goes under 2 notes. In our examples here, that has a bar line separating those same 2 notes. Oh, here's one here. So that means it adds this note and this note together. Quarter note. We have a lot of quarter notes in this song. So I didn't highlight all of them, but you can kind of see from these 4 what I'm talking about. Here we have our dotted half notes, okay? So it's a half note with a dot makes 3 total beats per note. So we have 3 total beats here and 3 total beats here. Okay, so now we get to the nitty-gritty part of the song. First, we need to understand what is the rhythm, okay? So we know that a quarter note equals 1 beat. So we can call this, because we're taking this beat from the very end of the song and putting it at the beginning, we're gonna call that beat 3. So we have 3, and then how do you count? From 1 to 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So this note gets 2 beats, so it's going to be 2, 3. And then we have the line here, 1, 2, because it's at the very beginning of the measure. 3, 1, 2, 3. So I will show you. So again, we can clap it together. 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now, why did I hold these together? Well, you can't see it because I've tried to make the words go away for the moment, but there is the tie there, remember? The tie holds those notes together even though there's a bar line. So we hold our hands together as well. So if we start here, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So let's do the whole measure, or I'm sorry, whole line and see what we can come up with. Starting here. Do it with me. 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Very good. We know the quarter note is 1 beat each. We know the dotted half note is 3 beats plus, because of the tie, 2 beats here. So we have 3 plus 2 is going to equal 5 whole beats. We hold this one note. So we go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Then we have quarter, 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 quarter. So the quarter notes make it pretty easy, right? It's just these ties that give us a little bit of a confusing moment. So let's try clapping this whole line. Let's try. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's try it one more time. From here. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Not too bad, all right? But now let's put this together with this. I don't know, Skittles, do you think we can do it? He's listening intently. Starting from here. Get your clapping hands out. Do it with me. 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. How'd you do? On a scale of 1 to 5, let me know. So we've got the rhythm. We're kind of learning it in pieces. And then we're going to put it all together. We've got, now we need to learn the lyrics. What are the words? So repeat after me. My Bonnie lies over the ocean. Now, why does this one sound funny? It's because I'm holding it out just like the notes are held out. Let's try it one more time. Just like we clapped our hands, we're gonna speak the lyrics. My Bonnie lies over the ocean. My Bonnie lies over the sea. My Bonnie lies over the ocean. Oh, bring back my Bonnie to me. Bring back, oh, bring back my Bonnie to me, to me. Bring back, oh, bring back my Bonnie to me. It sounds crazy. Probably you should be laughing by now. But by saying the words in time, we are understanding how the words fit together with our rhythm that we just clapped. So another way you can do it is clapping a steady beat. I'm doing it kind of fast. You can slow it down after we get done with this video and try it on your own. I recommend that. Try it again. 1, 2, 3, 1. My Bonnie lies over the ocean. My Bonnie lies over the sea. My Bonnie lies over the ocean. Oh, bring back my Bonnie to me. Bring back, oh, bring back my Bonnie to me, to me. Bring back, oh, bring back my Bonnie to me. So as you can see, Skittles is already taking a nap because all that rhythm stuff, it kind of wears him out and it's kind of boring for him. I totally get it. But we're almost to the fun part, I promise you. So before we can sing our song though, we need our melody, right? So we have our D. My Bonnie lies over the ocean. Can you repeat that? My Bonnie lies over the ocean. All right, we're gonna start here. My Bonnie lies over the sea. And notice that I'm holding my hand. I'm kind of moving my hand up and down with the melody line. If it's higher, my hand goes higher. If it's lower, my hand goes lower. But I'm also still pulsing the steady beat. My Bonnie lies over the sea. Okay, go on. Now, if you need a breath, because we're singing, so we need breaths, you can take them at the very end of the notes, the long ones. We're going to continue here. My Bonnie lies over the ocean. Now, have we heard that before? Yes, we have. This phrase is the same as this phrase. Okay. Starting here one last time. My Bonnie lies over the ocean. Now, this is a little bit different. We're going to start here. Oh, bring back my Bonnie to me. Let's try it one more time. Oh, bring back my Bonnie to me. Good. Now we have another section of the song. How many beats does this get? 3. Take a deep breath. Bring back, oh, bring back my Bonnie to me, to me. Now we're going to start here. Bring back, oh, bring back my Bonnie to me. Right, because there's one shush. And here we have a repeat song. So you can go shooting back to the beginning and sing it all over again. Let's try the whole thing together. Starting here. My Bonnie lies over the ocean. My Bonnie lies over the sea. anymore. But that's just to remind you that we do have a rest. And when we have a rest when we're singing, it's a great time to take a big breath. We put Skittles to sleep. But this next part is going to be really fun. Okay, kids, so we've looked at the rhythm. We've looked at musical symbols. We've looked at the melody. And we've put all of them together. We've even talked a little bit about singing. Now we can finally play the game. So the game is sit down or stand up on every B word. And I challenge you to do it as fast as you can and put it on Twitter. So let's try this again. My bunny lies over the ocean. My bunny lies over the sea. My bunny lies over the ocean. So bring back my bunny to me. Bring back, oh bring back, oh bring back my bunny to me, to me. Bring back, oh bring back, oh bring back my bunny to me. So, today we identified and applied our understanding of music symbols to today's song. We answered the essential question, which was, what new music symbols are in today's song? That was, can you list them? The Anacrusis, the tie, 3/4 time, dotted half note. I can't think of any other ones, but if you do, make sure you write them down in your journals. And please explain, what is an Anacrusis? If you have any questions, go ahead and go back through the video to find some of these answers, okay? Happy singing! Oh, bring back my bunny to me, to me. Bring back, oh, bring back, oh, bring back. I bet you guys can do it way better than me.